Okay, jumping on again, another pretty decent gap, but it's summertime, a lot going on. June is pretty crazy. We're into July now, so hopefully things will calm down for the rest of the summer. I'll do a better job of getting some videos out. I wanted to jump on because I had another opportunity in studio. I actually tried out a really cool new studio close by. The studio is relatively new, but it's new to me. I'm definitely going to want to shoot there again. So I'm going to go ahead and put some images up from the studio, work with a model I had an opportunity of working with on a commercial shoot. Really enjoyed working with her, so we ended up getting together and doing some digitals, and then got some creative kind of portfolio work in there. Really great shoot. I'll go ahead and try and put her information, which I'm really not too good about, putting her information on the YouTube. I usually do when it comes to like Instagram or stuff when I post. I'm always crediting the models, but I'll do that. And what I took was the Leica SL3-S that I'm shooting on right now, and I also took the Hasselblad X2D. Still new to this kind of combo. The SL3-S for video, and also for the just quicker stuff. If I'm working with a dancer or something like that, or if I want to capture in some movement, I feel like there's some things that I can do with the Leica and with this faster autofocus that I can't do with the X2D. And I'm also kind of building my own confidence in the X2D system. So far, I haven't been disappointed, but it doesn't mean I'm still not always going to kind of lean on the Leica SL3-S, and have it with me just to make sure. But so far, so good. I mean, the autofocus on the X2D, I have to say, it seems to be better than the older SL2S even. I'm not really sure why. I think as I'm learning more and more about the focusing system, and I'm not sure whether I have this right, but I think that the Hasselblad X2D is not hybrid, but just phase detect, where a lot of the newer systems are hybrid. They're phase and contrast. So you got the accuracy of the contrast-based focusing system, and then the speed or the responsiveness of the phase detect. I'm not sure whether that's accurate though. I'll go ahead and show the images. The color on the X2D is amazing. The color depth. I'm not so much concerned about the color coming out of the camera because you can always adjust that. But the color depth, especially when I'm taking shots with contrasting light, which I do kind of like. I do like using shooting with a light on the back side or in the far side, and then getting that dry. I just think it's much more interesting, those shots, than just nice clean lighting, which I also do love, don't get me wrong. Nothing like a nice natural light within a tunnel or something like that. I love that. So I'll go ahead and put those images up. Did a mix of using a natural light off the window and then flash with both the SL3-S and the Hasselblad X2D. So really like that. So let me know what you think on those. Let me know if you can tell the difference. I don't think you can tell the difference on social media, but when I'm looking at it on the iPad, it's at the point now where I can tell the difference. And it's really that color depth. It's really all of that additional detail that you're getting. And that was the one thing I was like, is this really going to matter if I'm not printing? Like, is it still going to matter for those images? I don't. If you have a nicely lit shot, I think it's harder to tell. But when you have a shot that's got lots of dynamic range, forget about bringing up the shadows, lots of dynamic range, and you're matching apples to apples, like a well-exposed shot to a well-exposed shot from the Leica, for example, which has great dynamic range, even though it's not high megapixel. There's just so much more. The color accuracy, it really is. It's tough once you shoot with the X2D not to shoot with it. And so that's why I love it. It's addicting to get the images back. But so still really happy with it. So far so good. We'll see whether it holds up. That'll be the test of time and whatnot. But just keeping you guys posted. I'll let you know if anything is disappointing. Another thing too, on Leica SL3-S, and then I'll make this video short. I'm shooting with the new but not so new Leica 28-70, which is pretty much, Leica housed and Leica coated Sigma 28-70 lens, which I used to have actually on the SL2S. I think that's the camera I had it on. I had it on the L-mount. I had it on the SL2S. And I liked it. I liked it, and that was when and that stayed with me for as long as I had the SL2S, and then I just traded it in because the autofocus just wasn't there, and I couldn't, I gave it a shot and I couldn't do it. Now that the autofocus is where I need it to be, I got this Leica branded one, which, you're paying a Leica premium, and you're not really getting much more of a warranty because Sigma has a 4-year warranty, and I think you get maybe less of a warranty with Leica, but I got it because I have very minimal gear and I like the Leica coatings, and I'm just vain and got the Leica version. So not for show, I just like the way it looks. I like the way it looks. It feels better. It matches the camera. I like, at this stage of my career, I like stuff that feels good in my hand and I like using. So whatever. I'm not going to make excuses for it. It is what it is. It's a waste of money. Get the Sigma one, but I got the Leica branded one. So we'll see how this works out. So far, so good. Kind of monitoring myself on here on the phone. Man, it looks good so far. So I'm shooting at 28 millimeter right now. So guys, I'll keep you posted. I'm having this so that way I can go ahead and quickly go to like 28-35 to get more room, especially since this SL3S, it crops when I'm doing 4K 60. So that way I can get some nice kind of like slow, buttery smooth videos of models. I'm trying to really do a lot more and get more practice with that and get in the habit of doing it and working it into my my work, because I feel like it's good for marketing. It's good for the models. They want the video. Video is king right now. So I feel like having a setup where I can quickly go to 38 and then go back into 50 or 70 and go back into stills with this, truly making it a hybrid camera, it's going to be more efficient. If I have the Hasselblad then on the side without having to change lenses, I can go ahead and have the 50, which is probably my most used lens right now, the 55. Go ahead, throw that on, get that beautiful shallow depth, and for those like real like bangers or hero shots, and then go ahead and flip back onto like SL3 with this. We're gonna see how that works. That's my plan. And that seems to work best with me, because once I'm in the flow and I'm working with models, I try and eliminate the amount of times I want to change lenses, but at the same time, I do love the quality of the prime lenses. So I've never been a zoom shooter. The one zoom that I feel like it's worthwhile is the 70-200. Or any variation thereof for the respective system, because I don't shoot telephoto that much. So I feel like the zoom, that works for me, right? I'm not going for an 85 or a 105 or a 135. I've tried those and I just don't, it's just too tight for me, for the way I like to shoot. So like a nice 70-200, I'll live a lot around 70-85. And then I can go ahead and zoom in even further if I really want to get some details or if I really want to compress the background. So that's worked well for me. This 28-70, the Sigma version, was the only one I really liked because it's still small enough and compact. Yeah, you're giving up some quality, but if I'm shooting this, I still also have the other bodies with a prime, the Hasselblad, for the most discernible of pixel peepers, and which is myself, and to make sure I get the best image I can get. So that's where it's at. I'm gonna put up the video, take a look at the shots, let me know what you think. This is still kind of working for me. We'll see how it goes. I'll keep you posted. I still want to do more shots. I've got a shoot planned in El Matador Beach, so looking forward to that. Still haven't shot there, believe it or not. So that's up in Malibu, so I'm going to be doing that. So I'll go ahead and try and get some POV footage for that, and show you what shots we get with that. So working with a great model I've worked with before, actress. She's amazing. So really looking forward to that. That'll probably be next week. And then I got a couple more videos planned. So trying to get back into this now as the summer it feels like it's almost winding down, or maybe it's just getting into full gear. But I gotta get into full gear as well and get some more content out for you guys. All right. Peace. Have a good one.